I've always been intrigued by Elijah's behavior in this section of the story told in First Kings. You see, he had just won a great victory that ended in a bloodbath, actually. He defeated the prophets of Baal with this magical fire from the heavens, and the people were all behind him and did what he said, and what he said was slaughter all of these false prophets. Well, the problem, of course, being that they were in favor with the queen, and that meant that Elijah very quickly was not, and she was out for blood from him. And so he runs off into the wilderness and wants to just die. But God won't let that happen, forcing him to eat and forcing him then to come to God's holy mountain where there is earthquake and wind and this mighty tumult, followed by the sound of powdered silence, which is how the Hebrew is to be translated. And it's in that silence, finally, after all of this tumult in Elijah's life, that God says to Elijah, well, now that I have your attention. No, God doesn't do that, does God? God asks a question and says, Elijah, why are you here? Now, you might expect Elijah at this point to say, because you made me come. And you also might think, well, God, don't you already know? And both those things being true, it sort of leaves us with an understanding that Elijah must be there in order to explore why Elijah is there, or anywhere, what Elijah is about to do for God. For in listening to the silence, perhaps we can find exactly what we need to know about ourselves and our God who speaks to us, even in those silences.